I'm so glad you joined me. And in this very first video that I put together for you, I'm going to be covering 3 simple shifts and tips that you can implement starting today to help increase cooperation with your kiddo. So there's a few reasons why kids don't cooperate. I'll be doing another video on that. But right now, I'm just really going to focus on 3 simple things you can do to help invite their cooperation. I'm going to do my best to keep it short and sweet because I have a tendency to ramble. So I will not ramble, or I will try not to. Okay, the first one is offering choices. A lot of the time we don't even think about offering choices to kids. We're just bossing them around and telling them what to do, and then getting really frustrated when they're not listening or tuning us out, or there's backtalk and resistance involved. So instead of just kind of bossing them around and giving them all these demands about what they have to do, why not offer them some choices? And the choices, it's really key that when you're offering a child a choice, that you are giving it within the boundaries of what works for you in that moment. So the choice shouldn't be a good or a bad choice, or a right or a wrong choice. The choice should be a preference. Okay, so it's really important as you're starting to implement this new skill. It should be a preference for the child, for your child to actually have a say in what they're doing. And the choice might be as simple as, do you want to eat, using this blue plate or this red plate? Do you want a purple cup or a pink cup? Do you want to wear a blue shirt or a green shirt today to school? Would you like to wear your sandals or your boots? There's like so many different opportunities we have throughout the day to implement some autonomy for our kiddos, and we just don't even think about it. So that's the first step, really important. And what that does is it helps to build into your child's sense of self. And over time, the more, that's how we get to know each other, right? That's how we get to know ourselves, is learning what our preferences are and what our likes and dislikes are. And that's what makes us more of who we are. So the more you're able to allow your child to have some freedom in that, giving them the freedom where it makes sense will actually increase the chances that they're going to want to cooperate with you when you need them to down the road. Hello, my name is Evie. The second, the second tip here is be a good example. This is really difficult for parents to do because so much of the time we are just either in a hurry, we have an agenda, we're working towards some goal, and it's just a matter of getting the kid to do X, Y, Z, right? Okay, we've all been there. I've been there. I get it. I have 4 kids. Totally get it. But a lot of the time what we do is we just think we have this get out of jail free card. Like, the rules that we're trying to implement for our kids don't actually apply to us. And a perfect example would be, and I am absolutely guilty of this, would be, have you ever yelled at your child to stop yelling? Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think everybody has, right? So what the point is, it's not effective. And what we're actually teaching our kids is how we're behaving. Like, how we're behaving actually leads to what we're actually teaching them. Our words are, that's not what they remember. That's not where they remember our actions, they remember our body language, they remember our tone of voice, all of those things. They remember how we're, making them feel. So just keep that in mind. Are you embodying and modeling the cooperation, the respectful behavior, and all of the things you want your child to be doing? And if the answer is no, then it's time to make a shift. And you are the leader in your household. So if you are not exhibiting those characteristics, we can't expect our kids to do those. Oftentimes, what I see with parents is that they are unintentionally so focused on trying to get their kid to behave, to do what they want to do, to not be respectful and all of that, that they miss their own behavior and they become detached to like actually what's going on here. So this is kind of a reflection exercise to hold the mirror up to ourselves and to sit with, okay, am I actually embodying those qualities? So just remember that. Be the leader your child can follow. Be a good example. The third tip here is so what tends to happen when we're kids is that, family and, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Take three, curious. So we don't always have the answers. We don't always know what to do. And when we come into a situation where we think we know and we're full of judgments and we're full of assumptions, it can completely derail connection with our kids, and it can actually make things 10 times worse. So being curious about a situation can really help to um, to create connection and to create conversation around maybe why your child did something. And I have a very quick story about this, and I tell this story in every training I do and in all of my parent coaching clients that I work with. I tell this story. So there's a 4-year-old girl. It's Christmas morning. Her parents went all out that year. They got her a ton of presents. And so she was just unwrapping, having the ball, having a time of her life, having a great time unwrapping all of these presents. And she unwraps all of her presents and then she throws herself down on the ground and starts bawling. Okay. So as I'm describing this scene, are you sensing any like blood boiling or rage inside you, thinking, how dare she? I cannot believe she's, so spoiled and she's so ungrateful. I can't believe we got her all these presents and how dare she, right? That's what the parents started thinking. But here's the beauty of being curious. The mom had recently taken a positive discipline class. So instead of being really triggered by her daughter's meltdown, she got really curious and she got down on her daughter's level, got down on the floor and said, "Hey, hon, what's going on? Like, how come you're crying? Aren't you happy with all of the presents that Santa brought for you?" And her little girl sits up and she wipes her eyes and she's like, "But Mama, I feel so bad. Santa got me all of these presents and I didn't get Santa anything." And she was just completely crushed. So the mom just scoops her up in her arms and just comforts her and she realized in that moment, oh my gosh, I could have completely gone in a different direction and started down this path of punishing my daughter for being ungrateful, when in actuality, her daughter was being super thoughtful and sweet and thinking of Santa Claus. So it's such a powerful story. And I love telling that story because I think it really opens up our eyes to the fact that we don't know everything. And just because something looks a certain way, that is the perception that we've learned to have all our lives, right? So just remember that. Be curious. Be curious. You don't know everything. If you come into a situation where there's, spilled milk all over the counter and your son or daughter is just sitting there looking at you, it's an opportunity to not be mad or angry because mistakes happen. So, just remember that. If you could just be curious and be like, "Oh, what happened? Can I help clean up?" As opposed to, "You weren't being careful enough. Why did you do that?" That is going to help your child feel like you are safe to come to when they are in a vulnerable position. Um, and so I just want to encourage you with that. That is the end of this video. I have a great bonus for you though, because this is my first video. If you want the PDF printout for these steps plus 2 more, I actually have a PDF printout for five tips to gaining cooperation without yelling, threatening, or bribing. Click on the link in the notes below, and you can just download that, enter your email address, download that, and then you will be on my newsletter list. And with that list, you get free tips and tricks, parenting tips, tricks throughout the month. And any workshops or any other programs I have coming up, you will know when those are happening. So I just want to invite you into this journey with me. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm excited to see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Evie Vieira. It rhymes. Sorry. Okay. Back up. Family and, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Take three. Hello. My name is Evie.